The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Big smile on all of us Wayne County fans this morning.
It's a sweet scene. First of all, just a tremendous crowd on hand. Appreciate everybody coming out and support the Yellow Jackets, but the place was packed and concession stand was rolling. Gail Bale had those pork chop sandwiches flying off the shelf.
Flying off them shelves.
It was just a great day. Big win. Like I said, when that first game, you put all that pressure on that team that loses, and Wayne County just took that momentum from game one and carried it into game two, and got great pitching again. Again, Tate Altman and Gavin Mixon in game one, and Rowan Blant put on a show in game two, and that was an impressive performance in a Sweet 16 matchup to go the distance, strike out 10, allowed just 3 hits. That was a very impressive performance by Rowan Blant.
He stayed in there. You had that mojo going, and you're not playing until next week, so it's good to keep him in there.
Yeah, they always check the pitch count, too. His pitch count wasn't very high, so, again, it was just a great performance.
Okay, and now we get to go up to Cherokee Bluff, or have to. We wish it could be playing here, but Cherokee Bluff, that's way northeast of Atlanta, up there near Flowery Branch.
That's way up there.
That's way on up there. Not far from Lake Lanier, up there near Flowery Branch. So that's where we'll be next Monday for a doubleheader for that Monday against Cherokee Bluff. And you said they are the winners of their region. They were region champs.
8, yeah, they're Region 8, number 1. So, again, they did the coin toss on Monday in that bracket. We just lost.
So it could have been either one of us. LaGrange or us could have gone there, but we were going because we won.
And they'll do a second coin toss this coming Monday. So Wayne County could get the coin toss. But looking at the bracket, if Troop beats West Lawrence Day in Game 3, no matter who wins out of that next series, Wayne County is the number 1 seed, and the other 2 teams are 2 and 3 seeds. Wayne County would host the Final Four. So got a chance to host the Final Four if we can get by Cherokee Bluff. Again, this is the round we've had the trouble with the last several years.
Yeah.
Again, so trying to get that monkey off our back, and just got to go on the road and beat a good baseball team.
Okay. Well, we've got guests in here this morning. Bob, what's going on?
We got Heather and Janet Roy with the Tourism Board. Again, Jesup Porch Fest, backed by popular demand. It was a very successful event last year. A lot of people still talking about it, and a lot of talent lined up for this year. And again, it's going to take place in downtown Jesup at several host sites and churches. So who wants to start, Heather or Janet?
I'll start this.
Okay, Heather, appreciate you coming in. I know you're on cloud nine because your son put on a show.
We are. It's great to be a Yellow Jacket this morning.
I hope you fit a mistake last night.
Yes. We're proud of him. We're proud of all our boys. They did a great job putting the bat on the ball and playing some great baseball. And like you said, our community come out and supported these boys big last night, and it was a great win.
Right.
Some
Thanks
great
to
games.
the sponsors also. There's a lot of people donate money to get the kids in free, and Tim Horn and his church paid for the pregame meal. Again, it's just amazing the support that these sports teams get from the community, but again, it is deeply appreciated.
Yes, it is, and it's great to have everybody there to support them. This morning, we're here to talk to you a little bit about Porch Fest. We're excited, just like Mr. Bob said, it backed by popular demand is the 2024 Porch Fest. We're really, really excited. This year, we've been overflowing with talent that has contacted our office and shown interest in participating, so we've put them on some porches, and very excited to have them out Saturday. So this event will start Saturday morning. We'll be setting up Saturday morning our hospitality tent where you can come and pick up your Porch Fest map, and your information will be set up in the parking lot between the Fairhaven building and the First Baptist Church right there on that corner. The route for this year will go from Cherry, Brunswick, Plum, Bay, Elm, and Orange. Did I leave one out?
You left out two.
What
Who's
were the
counting?
two?
Elm, Hickory, and I got lost in there. Wayne Street.
Wayne Street.
How can we leave
Yes. How we forget Wayne?
Wayne Street.
So basically,
It's
it was a blocked around a 3-block radius there. All our churches will be participating, Presbyterian, Methodist, First Baptist, along those areas. The Methodist Church has basically contacted us and said that they would like to do picnic lunches. So they'll have picnic lunches at their stop when you stop there to see their entertainment. And then We also have vendors that will be setting up at the Cracker Williams Park for food, snow cones, lemonade, popcorn, all kinds of things. And we'll be using the public restrooms at Cracker Williams throughout this event on Saturday. We're asking everybody to come out, support this event, bring your lounge chairs, ride your bicycles, bring your golf carts. Come see us at the hospitality tent. We have some really nice T-shirts that look really good this year for Porch Fest. They're going to be sold for $10 a shirt. You can pick those up at that hospitality tent and be ready to go. Miss Janet's got a few of our artists. We're going to have 17 artists this year, 18 artists with 17 home hosts, which are people that have volunteered their homes and their porches for these artists to perform on. We greatly appreciate them allowing us to do this, because without them, would not be possible. So, Janet, you want to talk a little bit about the artists and the historical homes?
I'm trying to decide where. I don't want to do all 18, but we have a color-coded map, and the time periods we ask the artists to perform 45 minutes to an hour, and some will start earlier than their times, and some will play over because they're there and they want to perform. They keep going, but Jesup Presbyterian and First Methodist, you will need to go inside for their artists. They'll be on the piano, and we don't ask anybody to move their pianos around so they get untuned. But those two sites will be inside, and First Baptist will have their men's quartet on the porch of the social, I guess that's called the social hall now, which used to be the sanctuary. We had really good response. We have the Danny Broadhurst band. They were very, very popular last year. They're going to be at the it's the Leonard Carter is the historic name, but the home belongs to Amy Broadhurst and Keith Massey, right across from the pickleball courts at Cracker Williams, so the ever popular pickleball courts. Rhett Ammons is very, very popular. He's going to be at the home of Brent and Felicia Mosley, which is the Riggins home on Bay Street. David Simmons is going to be across at the home of Jamie and Linda Knight, which is the David Price Jr., but the David Price home is where Jamie and Linda are. And the original David Price, the father of that David Price, is the home of Kelly and Natasha O'Quinn. And they are on the corner of Blum and Wayne Street. And they have what we're calling the breakout artist, Chloe Price. She performed at the Barbecue and Blues for the farmers market.
We had her in studio not long ago and did an excellent job. She sang that.
Chloe will be with Kelly and Natasha. I know Kelly and Natasha are going to have refreshments at their stop. And also the Bring McCann House, the new owner of the Bring McCann House on Cherry Street. His name is Ken Prokop, and he actually lives in Sarasota, Florida, but he's very excited to be hosting, and he has a bluegrass band, Blossom and Bone, that will be performing on his porch. Travel House has Magnolia Mile, which is a popular local band, and Chad Evers, who is going to be your feature artist in the morning.
He's going to be on tomorrow.
Hey,
yeah,
Chad,
on the local musician spotlight. He was the top vote getter this week on our Facebook page.
He inherited his music from his father. I don't know if you remember, Garland might have been, was he the class of 72?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Garland. Well, Garland was quite a good musician, and Chad is as well. Lions of Judah is, I gave them that name. That's the Youngblood House on Bay Street, but it's Judah Brantley, and Lions of Judah is a worship song, worship song. So they're a put together just for this event kind of band, and they do a variety of music. They do CCR and Doobie Brothers, I think. I can't remember, but they're really, really good. And they had a yard full of people last year. David Simmons, did I ever say David's name?
Yeah,
I just
did.
talked about Jamie and Linda,
you
but
did.
David is, I'm sure you've heard David
Dave's a
sing
talented
before.
singer.
So. Jeff Chandler, who wanted a non-conspicuous spot. I thought that was very interesting. So we gave him a non-conspicuous spot. We put him on the porch at the Massage Cottage, which is the Henderson. It's historically the Shady Wilkins house, corner of Brunswick and Cherry, the White House with the wraparound porch.
Mm-hmm.
Massage Cottage.
And so that's not very non-conspicuous, but Jeff Chandler doesn't need to be. He's He's a good musician. Alita Riggs came last year. She came from Jacksonville, and she's coming back this year and bringing some friends with her. So I don't know. Magnolia Mile. Juan Gonzalez is from Jesup Church of God. He's an acoustic guitarist. And
Got Wade Claxton going to sing.
now Heather's going to have to explain Wade Claxton. I think that's going to be important for the karaoke part.
Yes, Mr. Claxton, basically, he's got his karaoke select community. Anybody in the crowd that wants to do some karaoke can do it there, too. He's got him and a couple of his buddies that are going to perform and do some entertainment there at his home on Elm Street.
Well, this is a lot of entertainment in 3.5 hours, isn't it?
It is.
You're gonna really enjoy it. So, how do people get around to these different venues?
They're in golf carts. They're on bicycles. The traffic, they were really good last year. We don't close any streets. When we met with the police department, there's not a lot of through traffic on a Saturday afternoon, but the traffic that did come through was very mindful of what was going on and all the pedestrian movement.
And you got sidewalks too, if you want to
Yeah.
walk on those.
And so you can go by car, you can go by golf cart. Pay attention to where you park and don't park in front of a venue like Fonda Davis Salon. She's got those parking places. That's the Presbyterian Manse, since I'm supposed to be being historic. But a lot of golf carts. I encourage golf carts. And City Commissioner Harvey and Jan, they were on their bicycles last year and they had their favorite pet with them at the whole event.
Now, people get the golf carts, so they're going to be very particular about the ones that are street legal, or you can just kind of overlook it for Saturday.
We just
Overlook
depend on people to be legal. we assume no liability.
Okay, you prefer for people to be legal, but I just
Yeah.
didn't know how strict the men in blue were going to be for.
No.
Okay.
Interstate Credit Union does the information booth, and like Heather said, it's on the corner of Plum and Brunswick, right across from First Baptist Church. And we will have the maps, and they're color coded by time period. And on the map, you can tell that 1 o'clock is 1 and 4 o'clock is 4. Very, very simple there. And then on the back will be some information about some of the homes, about the history of some of the homes. I haven't done that yet, but I will. And like Heather said, the T-shirts.
Yes.
So we're really excited. Our goal was 3 an hour. We learned last year we had 4 an hour. Our goal was to have 4 artists for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. And we met that goal. And so this year, people told me they wanted to spend 15 minutes each with each artist. And so we were going to cut it back to 3 so that they could travel. And we had such a response for the artists that we really could have gone 1 to 6, and we'll do an evaluation of that after the event, and working toward a finale concert, maybe at the farmers market or the fountain or somewhere. But it's the second year, and we're growing, and it's a very good art event.
Yeah, a very good event.
And we have a lot of local talent that has contacted us and said, we're already booked. Second Chance has got a gig Saturday that they can't, Friday night, and they couldn't be here. And there's 3 or 4 more local bands that have gigs that they have already pre-committed to it. So we went in front of City Council this past month and basically asked for the Porch Fest to be a sanctioned city event so that we can go ahead and put it on the community calendar. The first Saturday in May every year will be Porch Fest. So we can go ahead and start booking with everyone to make this even bigger and better for next year. So if you're an artist and you're listening to us and you've got your 2025 calendar, first Saturday in May, put down Porch Fest because we'd love to have you. Like Miss Janet said, we're wanting to make this bigger and better. We've looked at Bland Park. We've looked at the Depot and the Fountain to have a finale concert that evening following our local entertainment. So we're just growing, trying to
that would make sense to have it there at the Depot and the Fountain because that's still all part of the downtown area.
So we're excited and want to continue to grow and make this event bigger and better.
Yeah, I was thinking, Janet, when this station was built back in 1949, this was out in the country. I mean, this was out here, you know. I mean, everything was just right around the main downtown area where the train depot is and all that. And many of those houses that are going to be featured were probably about the only houses around in downtown Jesup at that time.
They historically, I don't know my broad streets. I'm sorry to have to tell you that. I'm challenged by northeast, northwest, but if you're facing City Hall, the business district was this side of Broad Street, which people can't see what I'm doing, but where Cherry Street, that was the business district, and
right.
The depot, northeast Broad. Anyway, the
Yes.
other side was the where the housing started. And that you see a postcard, the Hinckley House, people see it all the time on eBay and ask me about it. It was on where Jesup Furniture Outlet's warehouse is. That was where that. But back that way, you wanted to have a Wayne Street address. That was the preferred
Wayne Street
address. And all the houses, that's where they grew up. And Cracker Williams, the Cracker Williams home is the corner of Bay and Wayne, and right next to the Youngblood house, which is where the Lions of Judah will be. So that was the residential area, and then it morphed on down. The high school was 642 East Plum, which is where the police department is now.
Right.
That was where the high school was, and that was out in the country. So Elm and Hickory are a little bit. They're not as old as Wayne and Plum and Bay, but they're more mid-century. But that's more than 50 years ago, so
Yeah.
that makes them historic. You have to be more than 50 years old to be considered historic.
Okay.
In the home
well,
world,
I guess
so-
I'm historic.
And have been for a while.
I have been for a while. Almost 20 years now.
Getting good at it. I don't know. I think we got youngster right here. The rest of us are kind of gray-head. But anyway, it's we went to Brunswick's Porch Fest, and there was such a phenomenal response to that. And people, when we talk to some people, they say, how much is are there tickets? It's just free. Just come and enjoy the
Yeah,
music.
just walk around
And have a good
have a
time.
good time.
So,
And it's this Saturday from 1 to 4.
1 to 5.
5. Okay, 5. 1 to 5.
Yes.
The last thing is at 4, but it'll go on to 5. So 1 to 5.
Yes.
Okay.
We expanded. So, okay.
And hope to continue to expand.
And just about any type of music you can think of
That's
is going
correct.
to be
It is
done, you know.
It is. That's what
Yeah.
is so exciting. It's all variety of music.
And there's going to be other things that'll be going on. You talked about the food there at First Methodist. You've got other vendors going to be set up in Cracker Williams, so there'll be ways to satisfy your appetite as you're going around to these different venues.
That's correct. So come out and see us, guys. We'd love to see everyone. If you don't have anything to do Saturday and got a free morning and free evening, come out and support. We greatly appreciate it.
1 to 5 this Saturday, and it's going to be set now for the first Saturday in May from now on. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Porch Fest here in Jesup this Saturday. Bob, any other questions or comments for our ladies this morning?
Just looking forward to it.
We'll see you there.
All right. We'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob show in a moment. Stay tuned.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Continue on with the world famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO. And Bob, just a great crowd yesterday. That's really got to help those players out there when they look around and see all that support.
Yeah, it's special. It doesn't take place in a lot of different communities. Again, other teams have talked about in the years past that have come down and played in the state playoffs how intimidating it is for those high school players to see that big crowd because they don't see it. They don't see it in college. That's a lot of reasons
I know
why
we have more.
a lot of reasons
more
why these
fans
kids
and a lot of college teams.
A lot of the kids go to college and they're just like there's 5 people in the stands. What's this all about? And they get disillusioned and decide to quit. So again, it's just a great community support and tremendous crowd. And the place was packed last night. And student body showed up again. Thanks to those people who paid for the kids to get in free. So it was just a great event. And
A lot of white worn.
a lot of white. Yep. A lot of Sheffield Sweet 16 shirts, and they've got their Elite 8 shirts coming. I'm not sure if they're ready today or not, but stop by there today. They'll have them this week for your trip to Cherokee Bluff on Monday.
So we play a doubleheader against Cherokee Bluff up at Cherokee Bluff, which is northeast of Atlanta. Doubleheader that day. Times to be set by the coaches today, right?
Right. And hopefully the weather forecast will be good, but they state there's rain in that area all next week, so it should be interesting how that all plays out. What the schedule, what kind of field they've got. I said it should be just way up there in the North Georgia area, so we'll see how it all plays out.
See, it should have been played here. We got mostly sunny skies next week. You know, flip that doggone coin.
That's
We
right.
always, you think it, like I said yesterday, so you think it would be 50-50, but it seems like 80 to 90% of the time when it comes to a coin flip, we end up on the wrong side of it.
I still think it's rigged. That's just me.
Well, it could have been either one of us.
The
Could have been LaGrange, could have been Wayne County. You don't know.
The conspiracy's in. I'm telling
Conspiracy.
you. I think they flip.
I think they do it live on the internet,
I think
Bob.
they flipped it 5 times. Said, let's make sure Wayne County loses this coin flip. That's what I thought. That's just my personal opinion, but whatever. Do want to remind everybody today is National Day of Prayer. They got that special ceremony today at the or special program at the courthouse. Everyone's invited. So again, good crowd on hand for that today at 12 o'clock down in downtown Jesup at the courthouse. So come on out for National Day of Prayer.
Okay, that's today.
That's the day.
Okay.
A lot of prayers being given. So should be a nice program. They've got it all lined up. So everybody's invited to come on out. Again, that's at 12 noon today in downtown Jesup.
Okay. Any other high school state sports wrapping up today or tomorrow? Do you know of? Offhand?
I talked to the golfers. One of the golfers, they still got their state golf match coming up in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so that's coming up in a couple of
And
weeks.
they said the track has their state event coming up. They got sectionals first of all, though. I'm not sure
Got
what
sectionals
are.
and then state. So.
Sectionals then state. So.
Okay. And then the Wayne County varsity and junior varsity, I guess, football team begins their practice on Monday. Is that correct?
Spring football starts Monday. Concludes with a scrimmage against Johnson Adams Smashers on the 17th, which is a Friday night at JC Stadium. So, and Coach Moore will be one of our guests tomorrow on the Butch and Bob Show to talk about spring football and about the spring game. So, look forward to having him. Saw him at the ball game last night.
Okay. All right, Bob. Anything else?
That'll do it.
Now, you heading to the courthouse? That case still going on, right?
Still going on. Yep. Testimony begins again at 9 o'clock. State's wrapping up its case, and then the defense will bring its witnesses, and hopefully it'll wrap up maybe tomorrow. Who knows?
Who knows? All right, Bob. Have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.